I'm going to let you begin.
Okay.
It is, I am thrilled that Hector Portillo, who is a WISPE coordinator for CISA 5 region, or CISA,
CISA 5.
yeah, CISA 5, has agreed to facilitate our conversation tonight about family engagement and engaging the Latino community. So go ahead and take it away, Hector.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So the first one I want to start, when you hear the term family engagement, what mean to you? Is the first question for you. Just think about it. You don't need to answer. Just what mean to you? Okay, when you hear the word Latino, Hispano, what do you think of? It's another question. This one you start thinking about, and then I want to answer what I want to show you what the answer. Arriba, arriba, ándale. Yes.
Is there sound with that, Hector?
You have the song?
There's no sound with your video.
Oh my God. I don't know what happened. So let's see. Yeah, it's full song. Well, next one. You, well, when you hear about Latino, you're thinking about a guy with a hat and like a Indian dress set, different kind of stuff. But when you think about, also think of tacos, Taco Bell is not what Hispanic or Latino mean. It's mostly Tex-Mex food. Is why you are putting these kind of videos. Don't have the wrong idea what Latino means. So now this video is much better and explain to you what the difference between Latino and Hispano. I hope so. This the sound is going good. Can you hear?
I cannot hear it.
Oh, let me go. I'm gonna put in pause. I'm gonna ask for Doc to help me to the sound.
I would make the assumption that if you can connect on the PowerPoint presentation, that the links are probably live as well online. So once you download that PowerPoint presentation, you should be able to capture all of these presentations too.
All right. This is a new one for me. Oops, hold on.
Sometimes if you can go out of the PowerPoint itself and grab the link from YouTube,
Yes.
it shows better.
Let's see, where's your video?
Oh my, I don't have the link here.
Hold on, we can get her. Can't we?
No, it's not here. Yeah, right.
Where's your internet here?
Right here. Oh, right here.
Oh, right here. Okay. Grab it. We'll get it. Don't worry.
It'll be just fine.
How about now? Can you hear it?
I'm not hearing that, no.
How about now?
No,
Nothing?
no.
How about now?
Not really, no.
Oh, dang.
Sorry.
Can anybody else hear that?
No.
No? Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for trying, though.
Well.
Might have to go on without it, and I can try to play from my side if I can get to it.
Yeah, do you just want me to? I can put the link in the chat for you.
That would be great.
Okay. There we go. Give that a try.
All right.
Let's go back to your PowerPoint here. Okay.
Just forget about the other two. That's okay.
Should we go to 6 here?
Okay, and if you will allow me to have control.
Oh, okay, sure. Let's see.
There we go.
Are you back in control?
I think I am. Okay. Now let me stop this for a second. And I need to then share my screen.
There you go.
All right.
Or Hispanic and Spanish.
Okay. Okay.
Latina, Hispanic, and Spanish. I
would have to say where they live.
Okay, so like geographic.
Just escape.
Different ethnicities. Mexican to Latin America to that was confusing. The general public and the media use both of these terms interchangeably, but there is a slight difference. Hispanic is a term that refers to Spanish-speaking origin or ancestry. Latino is a more frequently used term which refers to origin or ancestry to Latin America.
Does Latina mean someone who speaks Spanish? Because in the case of Brazilians who speak Portuguese?
Hispanic is basically based on whether you or your family speak the language of Spanish, whereas Latino is focusing more on geographic locations, that being Latin America. So, unlike Hispanic, Latino includes Brazilians, but excludes Spaniards.
I hate when people call me Spanish because I'm not.
Okay.
Spanish is from Spain.
Spanish is from Spain.
Yes!
I know a lot of people when they enter somewhere, they get someone who's Spanish, like, oh, they're Spanish. I'm like, no, they spoke Spanish. That does not mean that they're from Spain.
For starters, Spanish describes someone who comes from Spain. It's a term of nationality, but it's also a language. Think of Italian. It's a language, but it's also a nationality. Which one is Latina? ¿Por qué no es latina?
Por el semblante de la cara.
Semblante que tiene más African features.
Latina?
I believe so, but some people of, Latin descent of Latino were different.
Those are the ones that have been colonized.
I'm not even going to disagree with you there.
I think they all could be Latina. I feel like they could all be Hispanic. I mean, they all could be Spanish too. You don't know.
Yes! Perfect! You can't really tell just by a person's face whether they're Latino, Hispanic, or Spanish. Because many Latin American countries, like those of my parents, Colombia and Peru, were colonized by Spain, many folks don't feel the need or want to identify with a term that indicates them belonging to Spain. Maybe think of it this way. Hispanic, a sense of community through a connection to Spain. Latino, a sense of community through a history of colonization from Spain. Colonization isn't something that we just read about in our textbooks. We feel the effects of centuries of colonization today through lost history, erasure of native and African languages, faith practices, basically our culture. So it's no wonder why so many folks just don't want to identify with the term Hispanic. That doesn't mean that Latino doesn't have any remnants of Spanish colonialism. I mean, Latino and Latina is supposed to describe folks from Latin America, but the term Latin America only came to be after European Spanish imperialism. It's important to remember that none of these forms of identity are perfect. And that's because they're socially constructed and mostly only used in the US. They also lead people to assume that Latino or Hispanic is a race, when that's not true. Which is why so many Latinos with African ancestry have begun to use the term Afro-Latina. As for me, well, until a term that comes around that fully encompasses and embraces both the indigenous and African influences of Latin America, I'm going to stick to identifying as an indigenous Latina. How do you identify? How do you feel about the terms Latina, Hispanic, and Spanish? Let me know in the comments down below.
Okay.
Okay, and stop share.
All right.
Okay,
Go back to PowerPoint. I don't know.
now let me go back to back
Oh
here.
my God. Mm. I'm lost. Completely lost.
All right. Now I need to give you back the power. Let's see.
I don't know how to go back.
We'll figure it out, Hector. I'm on desktop 1. All right. So,
See you.
control. Hector. Okay, Hector, you have control.
Share screen. Oh no. I have your computer, but I can cut mine.
Okay.
Stop videos, full screen, participant chat record. Get a participant, but share screen. Stop. I don't know. Let me try the time presentation here. Right there. Okay. Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. You can just see the difference between what's Latino. Doesn't mean the color or yellow, red or green or verde. Just Latino is just a word. So the race has nothing to do with this kind of stuff. So almost next. Okay, can you see, when you put the map for Mexico, Mexico is an administrative state. One of those is come from Chihuahua. I come from Chihuahua. In Chihuahua, you can find 5 different ethnias. Tarahumara, Rarámuri, Menonitas. They speak Rarámuri, they speak German, and this speak Spanish. Like me. When you say in the Ramuris is Cuira Cuiraba and say good morning, and in German, guten Tag, good morning after 10. You know, buenos dias, good morning in English. With also people living in the border with USA speak English. So here's me, this guy Chihuahua State, these guys come from Oaxaca State and Guadalajara State. Most of the people know these kind of guys for the mariachis. See, okay. The Obama mega proclamation, that's in September, starts September 15 to October 15, the Latino Mount Heritage, what the Latinos apport to the USA. Let me play another video. I hope so now you can hear that one. Can you hear that?
We do not hear it, Hector.
Oh, again, the same thing. Let me try again.
These videos are difficult on this Zoom platform.
Just let me know you can hear. You hear now?
I do not.
It's like the same thing.
Do the same thing?
Yeah.
Sure. Stop sharing. There you go.
I will send it to you the link again.
All right.
Okay.
Any more? Yeah. I don't know why that's not.
I play.
All right, let me stop it for a second. And I need to.
My name is Adriana Buchanan,
Can you see
and
that?
my family's from Lima, Peru.
Yep.
My parents are from the Dominican Republic.
My family is from Mexico.
And my parents are from Mexico.
My family is from Mexico. My mom is from Guadalajara and my dad's from Michoacán.
Latino. What's in a name? Regionally and individually, the terms used for Hispanic Latino population vary. Terms for ethnicity do not mean race. In census data, for instance, people can be Hispanic and white, Black, and Native American, and so on. The word Hispanic is used consistently by government agencies. It implies a connection via the Spanish language, but isn't used in Spanish itself. The word Latino sounds more like a Spanish word. Latina is used to refer to women. Latino, Latina tends to be used by those in the social and educational services. In many cases, Hispanic and Latino are used interchangeably. Chicano is a word that is used primarily in Western states by multi-generational Mexican Americans. It often carries a connotation of being politically aware or active and gained favor during the Civil Rights Movement. Many first and second generation immigrants prefer to highlight their country of origin, identifying themselves as Mexican or Venezuelan, for example, rather than a more pan-Latino identity that glosses over important differences. Mexican American, Cuban American, etc. also are used especially by the second generation and beyond. The bottom line, ask how people prefer to refer to themselves. What is culture? Think of culture as being like a tree. What are some of the elements of culture that are on the surface? What elements are below the surface? The parts we often see, the branches and leaves, are things like clothing, food, holidays, and customs. These are not necessarily the most important part of culture. Instead, the hidden parts, the roots, are things like gender roles, orientation towards time or personal space, beliefs about education, attitudes towards in and out groups, values, even opinions about how the world works. These are not readily apparent to the observer, but often are parts that cause the most problems when we interact. Similarly, like a tree, culture is not a constant, unchanging thing, but rather is dynamic, growing, and changing. Any individual is shaped by his or her culture, but not defined by it. However, it is clear that the shared experiences, outlooks, and history of a particular group do have an influence, and this influence is quite important. It's easy to slip into categorizing and stereotyping based on superficial aspects of culture. Let's keep in mind, 100% of Latinos don't eat tacos 100% of the time. Individuals are unique.
though influenced and shaped by their shared experiences, which are related to group membership, country of origin, language, etc. Latinos are not a homogeneous group. They're an ethnicity, and as an ethnic group, do tend to share common cultural characteristics. Latinos and their families come from about 20 countries, but many have also been in the U.S. for hundreds of years. Indeed, before parts were the U.S. Latinos can be of any race. They can be of any social class, educational level, religion, sexual orientation, etc. Language and the Latino culture. While the majority of Latinos speak Spanish, there are a range of regional and national differences in pronunciation, vocabulary, and usage. In many Latin American countries, other languages are spoken. Portuguese in Brazil, many Mayan languages in Guatemala and Mexico, Quechua, and dozens of other languages in the Andes. Many Latinos in the U.S. are English dominant or speak English only. Understanding Latino cultures. Though country of origin, social status, class, and level of education also have a big impact on culture, there are certain cultural values, beliefs, and traditions that are shared across many of these socio-cultural differences. Let's explore a few key ones, all the while remembering to avoid stereotypes or assumptions about individuals. Familismo, importance of la familia, what it's all about. Being a good family member is important. La familia includes extended family, compadres or a good male friend, comadres or a good female friend, and padrinos or one's godparents, for example. Hispanic families also traditionally emphasize interdependence over independence and cooperation over competition. How it might play out. Living in the same household with a large extended family, sticking up for your siblings and cousins until married. Contributing economically to the family even as a teenager. Putting the needs of the family first. Personalismo, focus on relationships. What it's all about. Building and maintaining warm interpersonal relationships. Developing confianza, trust, and confidence with people is important and worth the time and effort. How it might play out. Greeting each other warmly with hugs, kisses, or handshakes, and asking about family before getting down to business. Showing cariño or caring in interactions. Having closer interpersonal space than in Anglo culture. Using your personal connections to get things done. Respeto, showing respect. What it's all about. It emphasizes one's place in a hierarchical relationship based on age, gender, and authority. Children, for instance, are expected to show respect to teachers and other adults. Bien educado implies well-behaved rather than well-educated academically. Frequent use of honorifics like don, doña, which are used with first names to show respect to older people, or professionals such as doctors or licenciado. How it might play out. Avoiding prolonged eye contact is one way to show respect or deference. In formal settings with higher status people, like visiting a doctor, an individual may not ask questions, for example. In schools, parents may avoid questioning or challenging school personnel because they assume that the teacher is a professional and in charge of the education while the parent is in charge of the home. Religion and spirituality. What it's all about. The church influences family life and community events. Rich spiritual lives are many times deemed more important than material goods. The majority, but certainly not all, Latinos are Roman Catholic. In some cases, religious beliefs and activities reflect a melding of pre-colonial traditions with Catholic traditions. How it might play out. Catholic sacraments such as baptism, First Holy Communion, and confirmation are important spiritual passages. Religious leaders are highly respected. The quinceañera, a coming-of-age ritual at age 15 for girls, also has spiritual implications as a religious service is many times a part of the celebration. Machismo, traditional gender roles. What it's all about. Men are expected to be strong, manly, and work to support the family. A related concept is Marianismo, the idea that females should emulate the Virgin Mary. For example, they should be morally strong, long-suffering, and pure. How it might play out. Gender roles suggest if certain careers and behaviors are appropriate or not. Men are expected to be the head of the household and the primary decision maker. Female teachers or tutors, for instance, may not be given full respect by boys. Boys are expected to be and act tough. Girls are expected to be demure, chaste, and non-complaining. Fatalismo, si Dios quiere, meaning if it is God's will. What it's all about. An expectation that some things are outside of human control, and it should be accepted rather than trying to change the outcome. A willingness to accept social hierarchies that exist. A sense of uncertainty about making future plans as they may not come to pass. How it might play out. Parents may view kids' intelligence and school ability as innate characteristics rather than something that can be changed through effort. Long-term planning for possible future events may not be as important as adapting to the reality of the current situation. Some tips for applying what we've learned. Remember that these cultural values are broad strokes and will not necessarily dictate individual behavior, but they can help shape and explain the context for why a particular behavior happens. Take the time to learn about the community you will be working with. Where are they from? What are their values and expectations? If possible, communicate with the community members in their language. Work with and through respected community gatekeepers. Gain trust by showing respect, being personal, and keeping your promises. Acknowledge and respect the community's values and traditions, even if they are not the same as yours. Look for strengths, not just deficits. Anticipate situations where your and their expectations may be different. When a behavior seems strange to you, consider the cultural setting before automatically assuming that someone is being rude or misbehaving. Gracias y buena suerte. Thanks and good luck.
As you can see in this video, the tacos is a big difference between Taco Bell and the Mexican tacos. But I'm hungry. Well, the another one is the low-income people in Mexico. They work even after elementary school and the school day. The kids going to work to help the family with the economy. But when they move here, the parents sometimes expect the kid is still helping them, but that's different. It's a shock between one modus vivendi in Mexico and how they can live here in USA. And then the parents struggle a lot to, try to assimilate better the style of life at here. The teacher must understand, or everyone to understand, Latino community must to understand they lost confidence in them when they leave his land, coming for better opportunities. It's a very big difference. Now, we look for the numbers. The numbers in Wisconsin, the Latinos is over 3,300 people, and almost a quarter million are Mexican. Next is a Puerto Rican, Cuban, and another one for Venezuela, Argentina, Peru, Guatemala. I hear in the past a lot of people, a lot of American, they say Mexican, Argentine Mexican, Puerto Rican Mexican, they think all are come from Mexico, but it's not. So it's misunderstanding. Okay.
Hector, you want
yes?
You want to take back the screen so we can see your PowerPoint? I can see your face, but I cannot see your presentation.
I was thinking you said my PowerPoint because I play my PowerPoint.
I love to see your face.
I'm playing my PowerPoint here. Oh, let's see, go back. Come on, let's see. Slow show. Welcome to. Zoom, let's see now. Come on, let me try to go back to my Zoom. Do you send me the contour to me?
Let's see here. Manage, and I'm going to go here. Host. Yes. Okay, it's all yours, Hector.
I can read your message, but I can.
Now at the top, do you see a button that says share screen. If you
I can
make the toolbar come,
Yes.
or at the bottom too,
No,
share screen.
not yet. No. Yes, I can come back again, so I can see my PowerPoint. Nobody can see.
Oh, where is the Zoom there?
That's a good question.
Yeah, can you make that small? The next one over. Yep. So click on that one. Click that again. Yeah. And then do share screen. And then just desktop is fine.
Did you see now the PowerPoint?
There it is.
There it is.
Right there. Get that again.
5. See, can we go again? Thank you. We go back to.
There
Okay,
you go.
this is there are the numbers. Now you can see almost a 250,000 people are Mexican in the Wisconsin state, according to the statistics. And the importance, is the importance of the family? The family is the first for us after God. Family, we can do everything for a family. So we sacrifice our personal needs instead we try to have the family, every member, the mom, the father, the sister, everyone. The concept of family, you can see is mean the family. What you hear in the video is all not only father, mother, kids, also the grandfather, cousin, and very friends, relative close friends. Religion is very important for our Latinos, especially most of them are Catholic, the Virgin Maria, and they think everything happened around the Latino community is because God wanted or someone put in like a witchcraft. You can see Latinos a lot of cross, Virgin Maria medals, and also the patita del conejo, the rabbit head, something. But this is a fetish. They try to look for a lucky. When you're talking about machismo is not mean like the people think the macho is the guy who's drinking and yelling and hitting the wife and bully person. No, and the real mean that machismo is the person who provide all the needs in the family. They're supposed to, in another way, the mother, Marianismo, they're supposed to sacrifice for everything. In Mexico and most of the Latin America, we celebrate the Mother's Day. It's very important for us. Probably it's the only one holiday we don't miss, no one. Because the mother is the most important person, is the most important key in the family. If the mother is missing, the family is broke apart. Okay, family outreach. How to outreach the families, the Latino families. You must to be aware, what's the families or the Latino families they meet, what kind of activities, what they're looking for. You can find the Latino families and in the neighborhood Latino stores, grocery stores, and churches, and also non-profit agencies. When you discover, you find out what the kind of activities the Latino families are involved, it's more easy to you reach them. There is something resilience. everyone react different until the negative situation. We are not exception. But how do we react? We react as we are because we need to be a group. We must to be part of the community. And the most important, we must to be part of a family. But also, I am very important. If I'm good, my family will be good. Around 72% of the Latino communities, Latino adults, we think that education is very important for our kids. According to this census, more than, let me move this. Okay, let me go back. Today, the Hispanic are nearly 1 in 4 students in the school. Okay.
Turn right and turn right.
Something is the GPS again. Okay, today Hispanic has nearly 1 in each 4 students in the school, but only 1 in 10 teachers are Latinos. So it's a big difference. Another that I want to share with you is that 22% of Latinos has a degree, 80% has a master's degree, and 6.45 has PhD. So it's still very low the Latinos who complete the professional careers. The next generation of students, 25% of babies born in USA are Hispanic. 50% of babies born in California, Texas, and New Mexico. And here in Wisconsin, you can see the difference. Every time you see more Latinos, more Hispanic in the school, especially Milwaukee area, Madison area, Green Bay area, Oshkosh, as well Gainesville. You can see more and more Latinos. As around 100% grow up in the USA, according to the data 2013. Advanced placement enrollment is Black, Hispanic, and White and Asian. The lowest is the Asian, and the Black. Hispanic is still low, 20% enrollment. There's a lot of big difference, a lot of gap, big gap between Hispanic and the white people. Family engagement. I make that question before. What do you think our family engagement is? Now you're thinking about what family engagement is. Okay. Well, the school try to engage the families. No, the first thing they must to do is try to involve the parents. Involve the parents don't mean engage the parents. Don't mean engage the family. The activities with the parents must to be part of the curriculum of the teachers in a positive ways. Effective family engagement is a shared responsibility. This means between the school and the parents. But the school has to take the lead in how to engage the families. One of the things when the teacher asks the parents to help with the students, you think about the system they're using here for teaching is very different than they use it, for an example, in Mexico. When the parents ask the teacher how to teach my kids math, an example, it's very hard because in mathematics, there's a long process, there's a long way to get the results. In the Mexican system, it's pretty easy. It's 2 or 3 steps and you go to the goal. Here is a very, very different way. But family engagement is not only giving more job to the teacher. Think something, if you engage with the family, it will be more easy for you to complete your curriculum. It's like a plant a seed and just pour water on the seed, you will see the fruit in the future. The same thing, you can take it easy, go and engage the families, involve the families, involve the parents. One of the things we to do is, or we recommend to do, is provide opportunity for both parents and students, children. The White House has a program named Opening Doors. It's very different. Opening Doors, you know, Opening Doors is in AP. It means Opening Doors, abriendo puertas. It's a program required. In this kind of program, the students and the teachers and the parents go together, and the parents can learn English. All the material is bilingual, Spanish and English. Because when the parents they start reading in his or their own language, it's more easy for them to understand what the teachers were looking for. When a school uses effective family engagement, the student is 4 times more likely to improve everything: reading, math, science, shaping school culture. When you discover what the barriers are between us, the families, and the school culture, you can more easily make the engagement with the family. The parents with kids with a special need is another world. They are struggling every single day with the stress, financial, health, war. Everything is complicated for them. So the teacher moves to understand what's going on with this kind of family and then try to talk to them in the more easy way to understand for the parents. When you create the first thing is create a relationship with the parents. Create a relationship is not easy. It's a process. It's not just go, you know, I'm the teacher, this is my name, what's your name, what you do. It's a process. They must trust you before engage with you, before create the relationship. Abriendo Puertas or Opening Door, that's a training program for the Latino parent with the children. Promote school readiness, advocacy, early education, language, everything. This is a very, very good resource for a Latino community. Abriendo Puertas, Opening Doors, that's more than just teach the parents to read or understand English. It's like to civic engagement, planning for families, and a little more. Nearly 1 of the 4 public school students are Hispanic. 7.8% of the teachers are Hispanic. The teacher represent only the 2% of the teacher, and we need more Latino teachers to understand the community. Sometimes this is another program, Mundo, has a special interest in resident hall. This is people who don't have the legal status to live in USA. They struggle to continue after high school. Everything is done for them. These kind of programs allow this kind of student go at the university, go to college. Chicano programs, we don't work here. Chicano programs are mostly in California, New Mexico, Arizona, and especially Texas. This is another website you can go to provide help to the Latino community. Okay, this is the question. What does Latino achievement to you? Or why is Latino important for you? Or what do you do to help the Latinos? This kind of question used to make to an others to help to engage the Latino community. Some recommendations to achieve. Identify the segment of the population and take time to learn. Educate yourself, learn about language, custom, and values. Here, there is more than 20 countries for Latinos. We try to approach the Argentinians, the Guatemalan people. It's very different when you try to reach a Mexican community or the Puerto Rican community. Communicating their language. Speak Spanish is not enough. It's good to know, but it's must to understand and respect that culture. An example, in Mexico, South Mexico or Central Mexico is very different than North Mexico. Consider empathy and respect. Don't label the family with assumption. In this, I want to talk about something. One family night in Madison, a family approached to us looking for information. We start speaking English. And they started like, what's going on here? Because they come for ID. They look like Afro-American. We assume they are Afro-American, but no, they're Hispanic. They speak Spanish like a video. There is a Latino? Yeah, they're a Latino. It happened to me. It happened to everyone. Sometimes you can see Latinos, you assume don't speak English, but they come for second generation, they speak very well. Know the group needs. You need to know what really needs. Contact families to create relationship. This is a process. Let the family, they're important. And select their information. You try to deliver some information. They don't care the family, just don't pay attention. Someone is looking for IP information, they don't pay attention. Someone is looking for ADAC information, they pay attention. You are trying to deliver other kind of information or reading, literacy, something, they say, okay, that's okay, but no. You must to find the right information about the needs. But you identify the needs, then select the right information for them. You can send flyers, invitation letters in the student backpack, use phone calls, emails, Facebook, and now text too. Doesn't mean you're sending texts, emails, or put on Facebook. Doesn't mean you engage or reach the family. You must be sure you can create a relationship with them. Just be sure they trust you. They must be sure they think you care about them. Make a family visit. That is very important. Visit the families. Sometimes you don't have. It's hard to go. I'm the teacher, second teacher. No, take your time, planning the visit, and you will be the difference. You will see the difference. Visit and create partnership with non-profit agencies. There's a lot of non-profit agencies like ALAS, Centro Hispano, Centro Guadalupe, a lot of Hispanic Latino agencies to help the Latinos. Promote workshop and family nights. In this, I'm going to say something. In Madison area, there are Franklin Randall Elementary School. They run a program for the last 10 years. This very successful program. They have a 90% of the attendance. Why they have 90%? Well, because the BRS, the Bilingual Resource, they create a relationship with the parents. They contact the parents. They care about the parents' needs. And also, they pull the parents what they need. That's Randall and Franklin. they run 6 family nights to the year. 4 of those nights, that's for the parents' need, what they asking for. The other 2 nights, the school provide information, resources, and everything. But here, the most important thing is the relationship the BRS create with the parents. They have another night, like a Hmong community, Afro-American community. They are not successful. First one, the person who's running the Hmong community, they aren't white. Only the translated is Hmong. The Afro-American family nights, they're only for 2 white people too. So it's hard to engage the community, the minorities. It's not the same kind of people who is running the programs. It's very important a Latino run the program. The Latino accept another kind of people, doesn't matter the color. I tell you, it's not white, red, doesn't matter. Just if they show respect to them, if they show they care about the Latinos, we accept everyone. But when they start, this is negative thing for Latinos, this, that, don't like that, never will create a relationship. They must to go first with the positive things. Oh. These are the problems I have. So, Matreba, Ramori, muchas gracias. Thank you for being here today. It was too short. I'm apologize. I had a lot of troubles. I skipped my videos. But any question, I'm trying to answer to you.
Anybody have any questions that you want to ask Hector about engaging Latino, Latina, Hispano families? Any of the slides that you were curious about?
Yeah, I had a question.
Great.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I wanted to know more about the Abriendo Puertas. Is that available throughout the state, or is it only in certain locations?
No, this in the White House website.
Okay.
You can find it. Also, you send them an email. I can send the link to you.
Okay.
Hector, if you will send the link to me, I will put it on the website with all the other resources.
Yeah, sure. I can find the link.
Okay. And
I don't have it this moment, but I can send the link to you as soon as I can.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Something else? Another
Other
question?
questions? Hector, I will post all of the links to each one of your videos on the website that we're using as well. Since they didn't work as well through your PowerPoint, I'll put them in separately just in case somebody else is having troubles getting to those links.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody have any other questions before I give you a couple of reminders for next time? Great, and there's some wonderful resources there too. Thank you, Hector.
Yeah, that's also, let's see, White House. The White House, open the door. Let's see. Open the doors here. No. You can go to Education White House and then go open the link, opening doors.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, so our next meeting is January 14th. And our focus is going to be on EBD. John Bemis, Kent Smith, and Melanie Leverson from the RTI Center will be our presenters. And they will lead us actually in the January and February. So January we will focus on EBD, and in February we will focus on reducing discipline issues for students of color. Anybody have any last minute before we sign off a half hour early, which gives you some extra time? All right. Well, everybody have a great holiday season time off. I hope you have some good fun plans. And we will see you all in January.